Hey, sneak peekers! I'm Kendall.
And I'm Chelsea.
And today we celebrate the end of Hispanic Heritage Month with Mauricio's review of La Máquina, a brand new boxing television series starring Gael Garcia Bernal, Diego Luna, and Itza Gonzalez.
After that, Nolan will run us through our predictions for the most overused Halloween costumes this year, followed by a red carpet for Dazed and Confused 30th anniversary screening.
And to end off the show, we have a crossover with Austin Underground, where we rank some of the most notable musician biopics.
This is a show you won't want to miss.
Our first story of tonight discusses when movies become too real.
That's right. Last Thursday in Warner Brothers Studios, Elon Musk's Tesla unveiled their We Robot event, where they showed off their tech prototypes for driverless buses and humanoid robots.
The whole event was themed around several different sci-fi franchises, but the central theme was seemed to be I, Robot, the Will Smith film set in a future where AI-controlled robots are a commonplace.
It wasn't just attendees that noticed. Alex Proyas, the director of the film, took to Twitter to point out the similar designs between his robots and cars and the prototypes displayed at the event. His full tweet read, "Can I have my designs back, please?"
While Alex might not be warm to Tesla taking his designs, it's not because of the film's themes of the complexities and dangers of AI. He actually made waves by being one of the first screenwriters to support artificial intelligence in filmmaking, a stance many others have pushed back on.
In other news, James Gunn has released another promotional image for next year's Superman, which confirms that the film will feature Crypto the Superdog.
Best known by his Cartoon Network show of the same name, this will be Crypto's second appearance on the big screen, a follow-up to Dwayne Johnson's interpretation in DC's Super League Super Pets.
James Gunn released this promo in honor of Adopt a Shelter Dog Month and detailed how his dog Ozu inspired this adaptation. The director has shared other scarce promotional images of the film, but the traditional marketing campaign isn't expected to start until this winter.
The film is set to release next July as the first film in DC Studios' new cinematic universe.
In last week's domestic box office, Terrifier 3 opened up at number 1, taking the spot of Joker 2, which received a historic second-week drop of 81%.
This weekend saw the release of several notable titles, most of which were scattered across the charts. Pharrell Williams' Lego documentary, Piece by Piece, made it to number 5. Saturday Night's full release boosted the film to number 7, and The Apprentice starring Sebastian Stan snuck in at number 10.
Right above The Apprentice is Henry Selick's The Nightmare Before Christmas at number 9, which returned to theaters for the holiday season. Personally, I think it's more of a Christmas film, but nobody asked me.
That's right, we didn't. But going back to Halloween, New Line has set the releases of the last Conjuring film for September of next year, concluding a 13-year storyline.
This film will be directed by Michael Chavez, following the surprising performance of his last film in 2021, The Conjuring: The Devil Made Me Do It.
The new film, originally titled The Conjuring: Last Rites, was supposed to release earlier, but faced delays from the writers and actors strikes in 2023. It has now started filming in the UK with Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga.
For our last movie recommendation of Hispanic Heritage Month, we urge you to watch Instructions Not Included, directed by Eugenio Derbez. The film follows an irresponsible womanizer who finds himself raising one of his surprised children by himself. Despite the comedy premise, it holds several heartfelt scenes that will leave you with a lighter tissue box. Our executive producer, Kate Hernandez, credits the movie for shaping her life.
For even more on Hispanic Heritage Month, we now go to Mauricio to review Diego Luna's newest project, La Máquina.
Take it away.
¿Qué onda? Me llamo Mauricio y hoy voy a platicar sobre Hulu's nueva serie La Máquina. Didn't know what I just said? Well, let me translate. What's up, y'all? My name is Mauricio, and I'm here to give you my thoughts on Hulu's new show, La Máquina. The platform's first show entirely in Spanish. Now, if you know me, you know I love myself some boxing. But before I begin, major spoiler alert. Now, Gael Garcia Bernal plays Esteban La Máquina Osuna, a boxer way past his prime, struggling with the consequences of his long boxing career. After losing his first fight of the series, Esteban picks himself up, goes on to the next fight, and wins? How could that happen? Well, turns out Esteban's manager and best friend, Andy, played by Diego Luna, has secretly been pulling the strings in the background. After Andy learns that Esteban, his ex-wife, their kids, and himself will be killed if Esteban doesn't throw his next match, he comes clean and reveals that he has been dealing with some unknown people who ultimately control the true outcomes of these boxing matches. However, Esteban wants his final match to go out with a bang, ending his career on a high note, which leads to conflict between Andy and Esteban. Isa Gonzalez, who plays Esteban's ex-wife, Iracema, begins investigating the people responsible for fixing these matches. Now, although she does uncover a bit of a rabbit hole, her plotline ultimately felt underdeveloped, which brings me to some of the show's pitfalls. La Máquina starts with a bang, but as the show progresses, it slows down, making me wonder what happened. In episode 2, Esteban goes on a date with a new love interest for the first time since his divorce. However, Esteban cuts the night short due to an emergency, and the plotline just ends there. The two are never seen together again. Also, Andy takes Esteban to reunite with his father for the first time since his childhood. It's a sincere and emotional moment, but then, spoiler alert, Esteban's dad is assassinated through a window by a member of the mysterious criminal syndicate fixing the matches. The show quickly moves on, and we never receive closure on whether the body was found by somebody else or if anything happened with it. I understand that this show is a limited 6-episode series, but either choose these plot lines or lose them. Ultimately, I think the series is at its best when it allows Diego Luna, Gael Garcia, and Isa Gonzalez to share scenes together. Their exchanges are ultimately the highlights of this show. From doing karaoke in a bar to cussing each other out, their chemistry is unmatched. It makes you want more between the three because they make an absolute power trio. Luna mentioned in an interview that this show was made by Mexicans for Mexicans, and I totally agree. The comedy is at its best when Mexican slang is used, and as much as I'd like to repeat some of these words, I can't on air or else someone will knock me out. So, also, Diego Luna's character Andy lives with his mom, which leads to some hilarious and awkward moments as Andy tries to navigate his relationship with his mother, wife, and his addiction to Botox. Now, although this show is in Spanish, this is still a show that everybody can enjoy. So don't let subtitles scare you away from watching it because you're going to miss out on a lot of funny moments and some intense drama. Anyways, that's everything from me. You can go watch La Máquina on Hulu or Disney Plus. And I just want to say, te amo, Diego, Gael y Isa. Necesitamos más películas y series en español. Y ojalá que verlos a los tres juntos en otro programa o película. And now, we'll be back after a quick commercial break.
Hey Chelsea, do you know what Halloween costume you're going to wear this year?
No, but I want to do something really unique.
Well, if that's the case, you'll want to avoid these costumes that Nolan has in store for us.
Take it away, Nolan.
Oh, hi, sneak peekers. Welcome to my lovely abode. Now, it says here that there's a holiday coming up, but personally, I don't celebrate Columbus Day. Speaking of Halloween, I wanted to send out a PSA to everyone that is thinking about celebrating this holiday. Make smart choices. And by that, I don't mean regulate what's going into your body. I mean regulate what's going on the outside of your body, specifically your costume. What you choose to wear is going to make or break the mood. And if you wear the exact same costume as someone else at a party, you're going to look like a chump. Want to avoid that fate? Don't worry. Sneak peeks here with our official prediction list for the most overused Halloween costumes of 2024. Deadpool and or Wolverine. Look, there was only one superhero movie this year that could be described as decent, so we all know this costume is going to be big. I'll tell you this, we'd all prefer a Wolverine over a Deadpool, but we'd prefer a Deadpool over a Gambit. If I hear anyone try to use their best Creole accent on me, I'm going to drown them in gumbo. Challengers. If you really want to find out where you stand in your situationship, go ahead. But everyone on the street knows that your night's going to end with an order of churros. Fantastic Mr. Fox. I know what you're thinking. Oh, but Nolan, I thought my costume was so unique. I'm gonna look so cute going down West Campus in my Chris Christopherson outfit. No. I know 2 couples that are gonna be wearing this costume, and I'll see 6 more walking down the street while I'm trick-or-treating. This is as common around film kids as Monster Energy is around CS majors. Aren't you so quirky with your orange suit and tie and the little sock around your head? No, Gavin, you look like a chump. Sabrina Carpenter. Now, if I was a betting man, which I'm not until 9 p.m., I'd put money down that this is going to be the most common. It's topical, it's basic, it's seductive. We might even reach Harley Quinn levels with this costume. Not only that, but you have to factor in the group costume aspect when you bring in Jenna Ortega, a nod to their music video together. Actually, we've set up a hotline here at Sneak Peek for any woman that's deciding to dress up as Sabrina Carpenter. Yes, it is my phone number. Anything from The Office. I do not feel bad about making fun of this one. This costume has been overdone for a decade. Haven't you watched anything else since 2013? You're no Jim to anyone's Pam. You're an advertising major with 2 late assignments. To all trick-or-treaters, you have my permission to wad up any guy with a white shirt and 3 holes. American Psycho. She's already heard of it, bro. Beetlejuice. In all honesty, I'm not super offended by this choice. I know it takes a lot of dedication to get the costume, get the face paint, and then to do the voice on top of it. But keep in mind that who you're dressing up as is a dude who tried to trick a 16-year-old into marrying him. That's what you took hours of your day to dress up as. Harley Quinn. Now let's be specific here. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, not Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn. You might be insane, but you're not that insane. Quick note to any girl that's going as Harley Quinn this year. Make sure your phone is off silent so you know when to take your medication. Hawk Tuah. That's as good as it's getting. Now let's be clear. You're not going to see girls going out and dressed up as Haley, whatever her name is. You're going to see the most annoying guy you know with a t-shirt that says Hawk Tuah. Is it ironic? Is it post-ironic? Is it genuine? Do we care? You're disgusting and I hate you. Catgirls. We're ending this list off with an absolute classic. Classically bad. The costume is not good. It never was good and it never will be good. When a sane person walks into a party city and sees a cat costume in the clearance section, they just pass by it. But that's not what you did. You went and you put on a onesie and a little headband and you thought you were going to be the talk of the town. We're all disappointed in you. But don't worry about that too much. There's only like a 50% chance we're going to remember tonight. And that's a wrap on our prediction list. If you end up seeing any of these costumes out on 6th Street, make sure to tag us at Sneak Peek TV on Instagram so I can make fun of them. This has been Nolan Wally, signing off.
After watching Nolan's segment, I think I have the perfect costume idea.
Really? What is it?
I'm gonna be Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused. No one will see it coming.
Are you sure people will even know what you are?
They better. It's the movie's 30th anniversary after all.
Okay, that's right. Sophie went to the red carpet of Dazed and Confused to celebrate 30 years of this iconic Austen film.
Let's roll the carpet.
Hey Sneak Peekers, it's Sophie here on the red carpet for the 30th anniversary screening at the Paramount Theater of Dazed and Confused. Let's go meet the cast. After 30 years, what part of the film has stuck with you the most?
So that's a question I get asked a whole lot, and I wish I had varied answers for it, but the one that I keep returning to is having to pitch a baseball for the big baseball game and not being able to pitch a baseball because I had lied and said that I could to get the part, and then having an entire team of Little League extras let me know vocally that I could not, in fact, pitch a baseball. But through movie magic, they made it work.
The party when she's saying that my character is saying the 50s were boring, the 60s rocked. Oh my God, the 70s obviously suck. Maybe the 80s will be radical. I figure we'll be in our 20s. Can you believe I remember this? No, it couldn't get any worse. That was the scene that stuck with me.
I think for me it was really about like the collaborative coming together of filmmaking. I had done a couple projects before this, but this was the first like big studio project that I got to do, and it was really getting to see how all the departments work together and cast and crew and yeah.
what part of the film. I just, I can't really single out any part, man. The whole thing, the whole experience, the whole trial by fire that it was for me. It's really just the experience of doing it. That's what you really remember the most.
Is there any anecdote or, I guess, story that you want to share that didn't make it on film?
Lots of just general antics.
All the parties we had in the hotel lobby and people sneaking into the kitchen and stealing cheese, those are the anecdotes that you want?
I think in watching the bats come in.
Oh, the bats. We would wake
We
up.
were right by the Congress Bridge. Well, I didn't stay there. I was a teenager, and so I stayed with my parents. But I was
Remember
there
we would-
most nights, and we won't say where I was, but with the sunrise, watching those bats come in, I remember just being super magical, and I didn't even know about that, and I was from here.
There was a really great scene that like Marissa Ribisi and Chrissy, like a lot of the girls improv'd, or like didn't improv, but they wrote their own scene together. And I think Rick has talked about it. Like, I think that the movie, it kind of had to be the length that it was, but it really would have benefited from having more depth, like letting them inhabit those characters more. Because it ended up being kind of a testosterone-y movie in places, which can be fine because it can also be kind of like a critique of that, but it would have been nice to have that scene in there where the girls are hanging out.
What advice do you have for UT students on how to be in a film like this and participate in this?
Don't be afraid to start doing it yourself. Do everything and anything you can to immerse yourself in every type and every aspect of movie making. Starts with you.
Well, it's the best time ever to make films. It's really accessible now. It's less expensive. So it's a really good time. I think you find out if you're really a filmmaker. You just got to go do it.
All right, can I ask you one last thing? If you can hit a hook 'em for us?
And welcome back, sneak peekers. This week was full of music for us, with ACL concerts and a bunch of stuff happening. And obviously, we wanted to talk about it here in Sneak Peek, so we're joined by our AU friends.
Hey.
Everyone, say your names.
I'm Bill. I'm also an Austin Underground. I'm Harper. I'm an Austin Underground.
I'm Sydney. I'm an Austin Underground.
I'm Anna. I'm your host. And then representing Sneak Peek, we have
Molly.
Woo! So we're gonna do a music biopic bracket type thing. So everyone's gonna get to say the movie that they chose and why you chose it, and we're gonna have them battle it out. And I'm gonna choose.
Okay.
So
I'll go first.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I'll go first. I'll go first. I chose, oh my gosh, Piece by Piece, because I saw it on Saturday, and why was it so good? Why was it actually life-changing? And Pharrell is so, prolific within the music industry that the soundtrack was crazy, because it was literally every song he's ever made, and it's, all the hits that you didn't even know he was on.
Is that the Lego Pharrell?
Yes, and
I've heard so many good things.
It's Lego, and the Lego, it's the perfect medium to do it in. The people didn't get it. I saw the previews in theaters when I was seeing other things, and I was like, this is gonna be the best movie of the year. And people laughed, but I stand strong.
I believe you. I like that.
Yeah, you win.
I do.
Already.
Just put it in the middle.
We'll skip everyone else's.
All right,
I'll go next. Oh, it's okay.
Thank you.
Right. Controversial take, and I know you're all gonna hate me for it. I'm gonna say Bohemian Rhapsody, not for it's okay. Hold on. Maybe not for
Flop-tina.
Okay. Give me a second. I actually enjoyed watching it. Gay representation. Freddie Mercury. Okay, sorry. Also,
he was barely gay in that
well,
movie.
I know.
He was just a little. He was bi-curious.
But also, I love the ending. I kind of like that they ended on Live Aid. I was a fan of that.
Yeah, that's
pretty
good.
neat. And technically, I feel like Bohemian Rhapsody kicked off the musical biopic being big names, because it was first in 2018, and then 2019 Rocket Man came out. Then there was COVID, and then 2022 Elvis came out, and those were some of the biggest movies of those years.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, in context,
I agree.
it did pretty
And
well.
I really like that actor that played him.
Oh, Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, he killed it.
Killed
He
that
did.
performance.
He really did.
That was the movie I saw him at, after Twilight. I was like, that is the gentleman from Twilight, because I didn't watch Twilight.
The gentleman, yes.
I forgot about that.
All right, what have you got?
Well, now I feel silly.
Hey, we got Piece by Piece. Nothing silly.
Watch it.
So unfortunately,
Watch it.
I haven't seen Elvis or Bohemian Rhapsody or Piece by Piece, like any of these. So I went with Walk the Line, Johnny Cash, really good. I love how the marker works. It's just, you know, I'm not from Texas, but I still like country music, so I feel like everybody here should agree with me because it's country.
Do any of us like country music?
I don't know.
I
Tell
like
me.
country music.
Oh,
Okay.
I like Dolly
great.
Parton.
Oh yes.
Okay, and then
9/11.
oh,
No, because it didn't change. Then it got weird.
I will
Right.
agree.
right.
Yeah.
But
Then it got weird.
I haven't watched Walk the Line, but I heard it was really good. My
It
friends
is.
love it.
Hey, Oscar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Reese Witherspoon won an Oscar.
Okay.
Cute.
We love
Okay.
Reese.
Tell me a little bit more about the cast.
The
Just because I haven't seen it and I'm
Joaquin
judging, so.
Phoenix, I believe plays
Okay.
Johnny Cash, and then Reese Witherspoon is June Carter, and what's her name from Once Upon a Time is in it. Snow White in Once Upon a Time.
Oh yes, I know that.
I
Actress.
don't know her name though.
Jennifer
Okay.
Goodwin, I think, is
She's a wonderful character
his
actress.
ex-wife.
Okay.
And well, do you know who Johnny Cash is?
Yes.
Okay, so then I feel like that kind of answers what the film's about.
Awesome.
It's
All right.
Okay.
These are all about people, I fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course I know who Johnny Cash is.
Right.
All right, guys, there's so many great choices. Okay, I'm gonna be for real with you. It was hard to narrow it down to just one. I recently found out the Von Trapps are real people, so I was like gonna be like, well, The Sound of Music, obviously, but not The Sound of Music. I've chosen what is arguably one of the best performances Angela Bassett has ever done. What's Love Got to Do with It? About Tina Turner. I mean, like Keke Palmer has done the impersonation like several times for
Oh, we're good.
Ike was on that.
Love
You would get it if you saw.
got to do. Awesome.
What's love got to do? My favorite.
All right, tell me more about that one.
Well, you know what's love got to do about it.
Right.
With it, you know that it's a great song. You know that Tina Turner is a legend. Most of the film is about her, Angela Bassett, and Lawrence Fishburne playing Ike and Tina Turner respectively, right? And like their contentious relationship and how that affected her music and her career during that time. Which, like, if you know anything about Tina Turner, you know that like Ike was rough. You know, I would say it's just like it's a very, very, very good movie, especially because it's like an earlier biopic.
Yeah.
It's not like modern, so it was before like it's pre-Bohemian Rhapsody.
Exactly.
So like
Understood.
it's not as like grandiose and spectacular. It's just kind of like a story of a relationship between two people and how that's like affected.
I feel like a lot of the new ones are like people. It's not about like interesting stories. It's about famous people. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start making some cuts here.
Well, no,
So-
yeah. No, go.
Okay, well, you sold yours really well.
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna be the most honest I've ever been. Didn't quite watch any of these, but I believe them. It's all about how you're selling it. You sold it really well, so I'm gonna put you over here. I'm so sorry, Molly.
Wait, well, do we not
What's
get to vote?
love got to,
It's just all your jurisdiction.
That's what I thought.
That's not a democracy. This is a dictatorship.
We
Who
only have 2 minutes
agrees?
left, so I will.
Who agrees?
Who agrees?
Well,
Obviously,
okay.
I agree.
that is a democracy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you.
And then over here, since this has just came out, and I know we're gonna talk more about it, and this is being used as like a dividing the waters type of moment. So I'm gonna have to put Bohemian right here.
No way.
Oh, I didn't think that's
Thank
what
you.
you were about to do.
Thank you.
VP.
What?
It's like famously bad.
Dude,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
it's
Okay.
so flop, Tina.
Oh,
That needs to
that
be
is
an
an
R.
R. All right. And all right, now you two battle it out.
Okay.
Please.
Girl, she's flop, Tina. You know it. I know.
Okay. Even though I do agree that
They
Bohemian
showed
Rhapsody
it.
was not
They showed
the
it in
best.
class as a bad example
Yes.
of editing.
They did do
showed
that.
it in my class.
They showed it in my class.
We were in the same class.
Yeah, they did. And I do agree with that. And there's a lot of editing that's like not doing like the Whitney rule right. But I still think in societal context, it was a big step for like biopics, like
I
musical
agree.
biopics.
It was a cultural moment.
And it talks about the other members of Queen that aren't just Freddie Mercury. It talks about Roger Taylor, Brian May, John Deacon. I think they do.
And
Kind
you
of,
had to
hold
look at
on,
your phone for it.
I have it.
And you had to look at your phone for it. So how good of a
Okay,
job
so
did you
that, and
really do?
based on how we have to wrap it up, we're gonna go with what's left. What's love got to do with it? Got to do with it. We still have a minute.
Okay.
Well, I had a lot of fun judging these movies that I haven't seen. I mean, I went to the movie theater to watch this one. Let me tell you what, fell asleep.
The Live Aid portion was good.
Live Aid is good.
But Live Aid
when just that
Live
ending
Aid
was
was
good.
just like a good thing.
Yeah,
though.
Live
Exactly.
Aid was just good. They just redid footage of Live Aid.
Dude,
Right,
like,
It worked.
yeah.
I know. Well, I'm gonna add my own, who I think should have won if I was one of the contestants. It's gonna be the Dirt, the Motley Crue story.
Oh, dude.
It's okay.
It's quite good. It's
Oh,
quite good.
okay.
I was like,
it's really good. And Machine Gun Kelly's.
which
really
is crazy.
But,
Which is crazy.
yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up, and we'll see you guys next time, sneak peekers, and stay to watch AU's show. They're super
We're
good. And we
next.
love them.
Boston Underground.